starting live video.
Wow.
Hey guys,
Hi.
welcome to the very first Let's Ask Richard show of all time,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad you could join us, and maybe some of you will be watching this later, and we hope you enjoy it. I have been like super nervous all day about this. This is not only the very first Let's Ask Richard show, it's also my very first experience with Facebook Live, and I'm a perfectionist, so I've been mildly obsessing all day, but now I feel good. I'm here, happy to be here. And so we have a few questions that have come in prior to this call. And like I said, I'm kind of new to this, so I think you can also post questions as we're talking, and we'll definitely get to as many as we can.
Sounds good. Now,
Yeah, so-
for my part, I'm not nervous at all. I'm really sort of calm, cool, and collected.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's why I love you, Richard.
Okay.
So I am Jill Potter, and I am a love and dating coach for women, and this is my beloved boyfriend, Richard.
And you love me?
I do. I love you.
Wow.
This is Richard Daniels.
Hi.
He was willing to participate in this great idea that I had, just because I think it's nice to get the male and female perspective on different relationship issues. So are we ready to?
I'm ready.
Ready. Okay. Ready to dive in.
All right.
All right. So here's our first relationship challenge. I am a single mom, and I have just started online dating. Good for you. My kids are 5, 7, and 10. I have been apart from their dad for 3 years, and I'm feeling worried about how it will be for them to have a new man in their lives. When is it appropriate to introduce someone to the kids? And do you have any suggestions on the best way to go about it? That's a great question. That's a great challenge.
So, is this Let's Ask Richard? Or
Yeah,
is
let's
this-
ask Richard. What do you think, Richard?
I think first you sort of gotta meet the guy a few times and see if he's really worth introducing your kids.
Yeah, let's see now. Okay, right. So yeah, she doesn't say whether, right. So we don't know, right, or whether you've met someone and, you think it's time. But anyway, right.
But I would think if you like the guy and you think there's a possibility, then I would say the sooner the better. It's difficult in a relationship to be like telling your kids you're out on a date with who? Oh, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't want to introduce them to you yet. Just let it go. Just do the introductions. And, sometimes the kids would say, oh, Mom, he's really nice. Or he might say, Mom, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I kind of threw you right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd done it a bunch of different ways. And I think we're talking, my line of coaching is really about, the dating for a long-term relationship. So if you are really searching for a serious relationship, I think it's a great idea to get the kids feeling for this guy. And also I think...
But how long has this person been away from the father?
3 years.
Yeah, well, but...
That can be touchy.
Well, you got to be touchy because I think kids always want to see their parents together.
Right.
So you're going to upset the apple cart, whatever you do. You won't be totally right and you won't be totally wrong.
Right. It's going to take a lot of love. Yeah, I introduced the kids to different guys that I was dating over the years, and I was always worried about, is it too soon? Is it going to mess them up if they know that I'm dating? And but with Richard, I just introduced them right away because over time I learned that my kids actually had much better pickers than I did.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, they knew who they liked. Well, they knew it's, my kids were easy and they liked people, but, but they kind of also had a sense of you know, who is going to be good for me. Kids are super smart. So I agree. I think that if, you know, if you're getting a really, you know, good feeling that this guy could be a potential, bring him home, throw him right in.
Yeah.
Let him see what it's really going
I
to be
remember
like.
my first, is an interrogation too hard a word?
I don't know.
Or my grilling by one of your daughters? That was like, how do you feel about this, all social issues, all
Right, you got
just
the
trying to
questioning.
gauge my mindset. And I think I passed.
Yep. And first meeting, he got Dante's thumbs up, which is not easy to get. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, good luck. And I think as far as what you were saying about, you know, worrying about how the kids are going to feel, you know, with a new guy and, you know, it's not their dad. And, you know, I just say, you know, they just want to be loved, and they just want to know that, you know, whatever this new situation is going to be, it's going to be good for them. And I think that over time, all our kids have really come around.
Most of them.
Yep. So anyway, well, thanks. That was a great question, a great challenge. So good luck with that, and you know, let us know how.
Want to follow up? Just say, how's it going? It'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, let us know how it's going.
But so number one, find out if you like the guy,
Yes.
if you think he's worthwhile. You know.
Yeah, and always, you know, that raises a good point, which is, you know, trust yourself. What feels right? You know, if you might feel a little nervous, but if you feel like this is a guy you want to introduce to your kids, you know, take the plunge, take the leap of faith.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're nervous too going into the deal. You know, you start saying, okay, do I like the guy? Do I like the girl? You know, and so you get over that little hurdle, and then you start having your own. It's not natural for us, I think, to have second thoughts. You know, what about this? You know, he's a heavy drinker, or he's a smoker, or he's, you know, he drives a beat up car, and I don't know if I can handle that. You know, just all these different factors, these facets that are thrown into a relationship. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Yeah. So how about we'll do one more question, I think.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Now this one is actually from a woman who is in a committed relationship. She's married. And here is her situation. My husband and I have been married for 5 years and have 2 young children. We've always had a pretty regular sex life despite the hustle and bustle of family life. We haven't had sex for about 2 months now.
Uh-oh.
And I don't have any desire to have sex. I could tell it is stressing my husband out, but I just don't know how to get in the mood. Help.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Because
that's really common too.
Because I've heard it said, not being an expert, and I'm not a certified anything, so don't pay attention to what I say.
Wait, I thought you were a certified nut.
No, I'm certifiably weird.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
that's what I am. If something's not working right in the bedroom, something's not working right in other spots in a relationship, and that's where it's expressed. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yes.
So I would say, what's going on? What's going on in your life so that you're not interested? You know, is your husband suddenly unattractive? Has anything changed? Is there something else in your life that's going on where you find yourself attracted in another direction? What's going on? There's something going on.
Right, because we've learned that sex is the glue.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of, you got to get into a vicious cycle. If you stop having sex, then everything just starts to break down.
Well,
seems
yeah.
like, I mean,
and you know, shall I say our bedroom life hasn't been like beautifully smooth sailing all the time. Sometimes those anxieties are expressed there. Mm-hmm. You know, where it's like, you know, I might say to you, I'm just not in the mood.
said no, Richard, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So we have learned together. Sorry, there's things happening on my phone here. That sex is a pretty vital form of communication in a successful relationship.
But
it's kind of like if you stop talking to each other.
But I was just going to go there.
Yeah.
In every single relationship, you hit stumbling blocks every single time. And how you handle those is so important. Mm-hmm. If you just push them aside, one of my favorite analogies is the snowplow effect. If you always push your troubles aside or push them forward and push them forward, after a while you have this big pile. Just picture a big snowbank. It's insurmountable. If you just deal with that 2 inches of snow, okay. But
after 2 months, it's probably a little bit of a pile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would suggest, I know for me, my desire, I've always thought that Richard is an attractive guy, but my desire, I think, is more influenced by other things, like maybe things that are bothering me that I haven't had the courage or to share, or maybe I haven't even taken the time with myself to find out what's going on, like what is bothering me. A lot of times it can seem like it's just like superficial things, but actually if you kind of just allow yourself some time, you can figure out that, maybe there were some things that happened that never got spoken. So it's usually something that needs to be spoken. And I find that if I'm really sort of stuck, like it sounds like this woman is, that she just doesn't, she just has no desire. She doesn't know what's going on. Even start with just that truth with your husband, your partner, I just feel like it doesn't feel okay to me that we haven't had sex. I feel really stuck. And even just start there. And
when did it start?
Right. You can probably trace it back.
When did this lack of desire slow down? And so what was going on at that point?
Right. Because us women can be, I think we're pretty complicated with our wiring, and it could be so many things. It could be that he like farts too loud in the bathroom every night, and like you've just been suffering through it. Or
maybe you set out the garbage and he doesn't take it away. Maybe he never does the dishes.
You don't bring me flowers anymore, kind of thing. It's like maybe there's just something.
Are you telling me something?
No, I think you still bring flowers.
Okay.
But it could be any number of things. Even like when I'm not tending to my need for creative outlets in my own life and having a fulfilled life, that can affect how I feel about everything, especially, being intimate and, being enthusiastic about that. So.
But, one thing I really like about you is that when something bothers you, it might not come out at that moment, but it definitely comes out within the day, within 12 hours, and I can almost see it on your face. It's like, what are you thinking?
Yes.
So ask.
Yeah, I read somewhere, and I don't remember where, I'm terrible at keeping note of that, but that it only takes 3 days to fall out of love with someone, and that really impacted me. And so I'm really careful to, to make sure that I find the courage to address awkward feelings and awkward moments right away, so that we don't waste a day. Because you know how it is when you're in a couple, that if something happens and it gets you feeling off, and like your whole day can feel really off because you're that connected.
Oh
to
yeah. Well,
each
just
other.
If I can throw us under
Today.
the bus, just
Today.
It was like we started out the morning and it didn't quite go. We didn't have the time to really work on what we're dealing with, and I actually called Jill, later on in the morning and say, "Hey, we didn't finish this thought. Let's keep going at it a little bit."
It's like things aren't right till you kind of said it right. So I feel for you. 2 months is definitely some time to accumulate, but you can turn it around in a moment.
Are you open with your husband about what's bugging you, or you're sweeping it under the rug? You know, do you say, if he says, "Dear, what's wrong?" and you say nothing?
Oh yeah,
That's
nothing.
toxic.
Nothing is a killer.
That's toxic.
Yeah, yeah. So have it be something, even if it's just the kind of something, like, you know, very, very general. Like, yes, it's something. I just don't know what yet. You
Yeah,
know, and
that's
open up
fine.
that conversation.
Yeah.
And yeah. So anyway, that's again another great challenge, and I really feel for you. And again, I'd love to know, you know, how things are progressing. So keep us
I
posted.
feel it for your husband.
Yeah,
Get this straightened out.
right. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, so those are our 2 questions for today. I don't know how long we've gone into this. I was thinking about 10 minutes because I know people are, you know, having busy lives, and I'm just glad we could share this time together. And it's actually been great fun. I could
It's
keep
fun.
going.
I like this. Yeah, we could do this. Anything
So-
you're thinking about that nobody asked?
Well, I just thought that maybe they might want to know that Richard and I met on online dating
Well,
program, Match.com.
yeah.
So it really does work, and I think we were both on there for a little bit. And
Yeah, but it's
on and off.
yeah, but it's wrought with failures too. You know, the number of hopefuls and rejections and crazies that you meet out there. There's a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of stories we'll share with you
Yeah.
sometime, but you know, anyway, we're Match.com poster couple here.
Yeah.
So
Well, I fell in love with Jill in what, 3 days?
first day, I think.
First day? Oh, come on. Give me a little time.
Yeah.
But it's
So-
been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun.
Yeah.
We've been together for 2.5 years, and we just moved in together into this beautiful home a couple of months ago, and
Yeah.
so we've been riding that wave of
And it's
giving
gone-
up our single lives.
And you know, it's really gone well. You know, that could be a very traumatic time when I put my stuff in the corner and you like it tucked in a drawer.
I was traumatized.
Yeah, okay.
Richard, you can't put that there.
But one of my favorite things is, you know, we have something, you know, something happens. I said, well, the world didn't end. So the world didn't end.
Close, but
Yeah.
oh, you're looking to see what's happening?
Yeah.
Hey, Elizabeth. Hey. So anyway, that's our show for today, and we are hoping to do this every week. I think 5:45 came around a little too quick for me on a Wednesday, so we might move it to 6 o'clock, but I'll definitely put out the announcement. And again, we'd love to have your questions. I promise to keep them confidential. To keep the writer confidential. So please, you can private message me here on Facebook, or you can email me at jillpotter@lifecoachjillpotter.com with your questions, situations, challenges. Even if you want to share a victory or a success,
yeah.
we like those too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's our first Let's Ask Richard show. And thank you so much, Richard, for being willing to do this.
You're welcome.
Just
It's been fun.
throw you right in.
Yeah, why not?
So, all right.
It's really nice
should
of
we
you
have
to
a
the
kiss
bus.
to say
Yeah.
goodbye?
Okay, bye. Is that it? That's it?
Okay.
Was something bothering you?
All right. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are, whatever time zone you are, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Ciao.